Now, you are probably wondering, how does a man sue his own company? Imagine building a billion-dollar empire from scratch. You create a secret recipe that the entire world loves, and you even let the brand put your actual face on every single bucket they sell. But then, a few years later, you take that exact same company to court for $122 million. In this video, we will be explaining how Colonel Harlan Sanders sued the company he founded.
To understand why he sued the very company he built, you first have to understand exactly what KFC meant to him. Harlan Sanders wasn't a rich businessman who got lucky in his 20s. He was a guy who failed at almost everything he tried. He was a lawyer, a railroad worker, and a ferry boat driver. Nothing worked out. It wasn't until he was 62 years old that he finally found success. He started cooking chicken for travelers at a gas station in Kentucky. He spent years perfecting his famous 11 herbs and spices. This wasn't just a business to him. It was his life's work. He drove across the country, sleeping in the back of his car, begging restaurant owners to sell his recipe. And it worked. By 1964, KFC had over 600 locations. The Colonel was finally a massive success. But there was a problem. He was 73 years old, and running a massive empire was becoming too much for him. So, he made a deal. He sold KFC to a group of investors for $2 million. Today, that doesn't sound like much for a global brand. But back then, it was a fortune. As part of the deal, Sanders agreed to stay on as the brand ambassador. He would get a yearly salary just to travel around, wear his white suit, and smile for the cameras. It sounded like the perfect retirement. But almost immediately, the Colonel realized he had made the biggest mistake of his life. When the new owners took over, they wanted to make as much money as possible, as fast as possible. And in the fast food business, the easiest way to make more money is to cut costs. The Colonel's original recipes were complicated. His famous gravy, for example, took a lot of time to make. It required all the bits of leftover chicken at the bottom of the fryers. But the new corporate bosses said, this takes too much time. So, they changed the recipe. They replaced his beautiful homemade gravy with a cheap powdered mix that you just add water to. When Sanders tasted the new food, he lost his mind. Remember, this guy spent his whole life perfecting this food, and his face was still on every bucket. He felt like his honor was being dragged through the mud. So, what did the brand ambassador do? Did he complain in private? No. He went to the media. He started doing interviews with major newspapers and telling the whole world that KFC was garbage. In one famous interview, he said the new gravy tasted like wallpaper paste, and that the crispy recipe was nothing but a damn fried dough ball stuck on some chicken. The KFC executives were terrified. The literal face of their company was going on television and telling people not to eat their food. But because he was so loved by the public, they were too scared to fire him. They tried to ignore him. But then, the Colonel decided that talking badly about them wasn't enough. He was going to hit them where it hurts. By 1968, KFC was bought by an even bigger corporation. Sanders hated them even more. He decided that if KFC wasn't going to make good food anymore, he would just do it himself. He and his wife, Claudia, decided to open a brand new restaurant in Kentucky. They called it Claudia Sanders, the Colonel's Lady. It was a sit-down restaurant,
No fast food, no powdered gravy. Just real, home-cooked Southern meals, the exact way he used to make them. It was his way of protecting his legacy. But the massive corporation that owned KFC was not going to let this happen. They saw this new restaurant as a direct threat. They owned the rights to his face, his image, and his famous fried chicken legacy. KFC's lawyers contacted Sanders and basically told him, "You are not allowed to open this restaurant. We own you." They blocked him from expanding his wife's restaurant. They completely shut down his new dream. And for Harlan Sanders, that was the final straw. They had ruined his food, they had embarrassed his name, and now they were coming for his family's new business. He wasn't just a friendly old man anymore. He was ready for war.
Legally, KFC wasn't his company anymore. He had sold it years ago. But the catch was, the new owners still owned him. They owned his actual face, his name, and his title as the Colonel. So when he tried to start a new business to protect his family, the company he built used his own name against him to shut him down. In early 1964, Colonel Harlan Sanders decided he had enough. He filed a massive lawsuit against the parent company of KFC. He didn't sue them for a little bit of money. He sued them for $122 million. The lawsuit claimed two main things. First, he sued them for illegally blocking him from franchising his wife's new restaurant. Second, he sued them for misusing his image. He argued that KFC was selling products that he had absolutely nothing to do with, like dairy products and cheap side dishes, but they were putting his face on them to trick people into thinking he created them.
It was the ultimate David versus Goliath story. A man in his 80s taking on a massive, faceless corporation that he helped create. The news went crazy. How could a company be sued by its own mascot? KFC tried to hit back. They actually sued him in return for bad-mouthing their food in the press. The whole situation was a complete mess, and KFC's public image was taking a huge hit. The executives realized they had to end this fast before the public completely turned against them. Just a year later, in 1975, both sides realized a long trial would destroy the brand forever. They reached an out-of-court settlement. KFC agreed to pay Colonel Sanders $1 million. But more importantly, they backed off his wife's business. He was finally allowed to open his new restaurant and expand it, as long as he didn't use the word Colonel in the name. He changed the name to the Claudia Sanders Dinner House. And believe it or not, that restaurant is still open in Kentucky today, serving the food the way he actually wanted it made. As part of the settlement, Sanders agreed to stop trashing KFC's food in the media. He went back to being their brand ambassador until he passed away in 1980 at the age of 90. But even though they made peace on paper, Sanders never truly forgave them for what they did to his recipe. He spent his final years smiling for the cameras, promoting a product he secretly couldn't stand. So the next time you drive past a KFC and see that smiling face looking down at you, just remember, that man didn't just invent the chicken, he went to war over it.
If you want to hear more of the untold stories and dark secrets behind these giant companies, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the Corporate Files. We have a lot more corporate history waiting to be uncovered. See you in the next one.